a plan to pay more than 1 million households. It's more than 1 million households and businesses to cut energy from 5 p.m. till 6 p.m. Well, hang on a minute, what time is it now? So it's 21 minutes past 5, so don't turn off your electricity if it means the TV, OK? This is evening. It's been branded a gimmick. It's been branded a gimmick, with experts claiming that it's a way to penalise those without smart meters. So the National Grid will activate its demand flexibility service for an hour this evening. It's happening right now. If you're at home or you're on your way home, apparently you might be able to earn a few quid if you turn the lecky off. So 26 energy suppliers, such as EDF, British Gas, E.ON, Octopus Energy, they're participating in this scheme. Families are set to receive 10 quid and 20 quid to cut their usage in order to prevent blackouts on one of the coldest days of the year. So I decided I'm a bit skint at the minute. We've just had Christmas, we've got my birthday, I was lucky enough to go on holiday, spent loads of money on loads of food and stuff like that on holiday. So I managed to hook myself into the GBNews electricity system, and I thought I could earn myself 20 quid. And there we go. Good stuff. So, GBNews told me that if we keep the lights on, that it's coming out of my paycheck, right? I'm not having it, so as you can see, everything's gone off. Everything's gone off. You yourself, back on. Perfectly timed. There we go. Now, speak to me about this is energy commentator. It's Jamie Delargy. Fantastic. I can see you've got the lights on. You clearly have loads of money and don't need 20 quid.
Yeah, and not only that, it's mild over here. It's about 10 degrees, so we don't probably have the same pressures that you might have with certainly arising from. We have different pressures, but they're not arising from cold weather anyway.
No, OK, all right. Well, look, is this just a cheap little gimmick? I mean, people right now at home will be turning things off, hoping that they get 20 quid in the post. Does it work like that?
Well, I think it's an excellent scheme. You're helping others to help yourself. What's not to like? Let's run a few numbers. If 1 million people do this, right? Start cutting back, not cutting off all electricity. That would be a bit insane. And anyway, you're not going to save a lot by switching out the lights. But say they save 1 kilowatt. So that's 1 million kilowatts. That's a gigawatt. Now, demand, when I last looked at it, is something around the order of 45 gigawatts. So you're shaving about 2% off demand if all that 1 million people do, as I've suggested. So that's making a reasonable difference. They'll get rewarded for it. I don't even know exactly the rate they're going to get paid. I've seen some figures, but I don't know the exact number. But, it's going to help ensure that
look, Jamie, why are we really doing this? Does Britain, seriously, one of the biggest and best countries economically in the world, need Doreen from number 42 to turn the oven off now so that we don't all have a blackout? Is that realistically where we are?
Well, yeah, I don't want to be sort of nerdy about this, but it's not exactly that. What they're trying to do is keep sufficient headroom so that something else happens, some huge generator trips, then that avoids the light going out if demand is cut. So what you're doing is keeping that buffer there, keeping that headroom there. So if Doreen decides to keep her electricity on, no, it's not going to lead to blackout. Probably not. Anyway,
I don't know your personal situation, of course, but the advice has been, well, if you can avoid using the oven and the washing machine, then you quid's in. I mean, that's music to my ears, because it means I get to have a takeaway and I don't have to do the cookie for the missus. I'll just wear the same shirt tomorrow. I always do. Anyway, look, James, thank you very, very much. Great to have you on the show, James Delargy there, who is an energy commentator, just reacting to the fact that, if you want to stop Britain going into blackout, you just turn your oven off.